Hey guys. So, collecting tools, you find them here and there, and this is one of those. This is a 454 height gauge Starrett, 18 inch, and it's one of those swap meet finds. But whenever you go to swap meet, you're gonna get a little bit more than what you paid for. You're gonna get a broken tool, of course, you know that. And this is a broken tool. It's not broken, but the thumb screws are bent, and it threw me into a little bit of a tizzy. This one's perfect, which is good. But I literally destroyed the clamp trying to clean up the threads and whatnot. I didn't know that Starrett had some little secrets. Of course they should. They're master tool makers and everything. Now I don't know if they sell these for the 454 or how much they support it, how much they are behind their product. This one's probably twice as old as I am. At least I would assume it's at least twice as old as I am. The box is still in good shape, but the thumb screws, the one thumb screw is really bent. So I went on this little crusade to see what I could do about that. I thought maybe I could take it on myself. Maybe I could do it internally, not reach out to them. I haven't reached out to them yet, so they're going to get the benefit of the doubt. I might reach out to them tomorrow and see if they can send me a screw. I did some research, and I do have the resources to make the replacement screw, but I must tell you, it's not easy. Because the one was bent, it wasn't easy to identify. And, for a while there, I was thinking it was number 8. It's not number 8. I thought it was number 6. It's not number 6. And I got another height gauge, the 12 inch. That one uses a 540. Okay, fine. Standard thread, no big deal. So all the screws on the 12 inch guy is a 540. Fine. I'm good with that. I can go and buy a die from a master tool maker or McMaster Car, whoever. I can buy the die from that, make nice 540 threads. It's beautiful. This guy, however, not quite the case. So it's not a 6, it's not an 8. What is it? It's a number 7. It's a number 7. Not only is it a number 7, but it's a number 740. Not a 640, not an 840. It's a 740. Now you're thinking, what the hell is a 740? Well, that's what I was thinking too. My dad has been in the machine screw fastener business for the better part of his life, and he's never even heard of a 740. So it's a really odd size. And of course, they don't make nuts for a 740. So this is kind of a problem. I did find a tap that's a 740. So ICS cutting tools. I'll probably order at least another one as a backup in case this goddamn thing ever happens again. And I have a lathe, so guess what? We can make a 740. The problem, though, is I've tried to make a 740 a couple times now, and it didn't quite fit. Well, I've got the tap, and what I neglected to do was make a go gauge. And so I finally made a go gauge. It's just a little piece of steel. With a thumb screw that's all bent out of shape. The head is bent. So now I have a 740 go gauge. So now I can thread it onto my part that I'm making to make sure that it's ready to go into the sterret without damaging the sterret, because I don't want to damage the sterret. I want to support the tool. I want to make sure that the tool has a life beyond me, or at least a life with me, and then it can go to the next user. So that's one dirty little secret that Sterret has held. Their fasteners for the 454 height gauge, at least the 18 and larger ones, are 740s. Well, here's an interesting little thing that threw me for a loop here, because I was doing my research and trying to figure out what the hell this is, because it's not even on your thread chart. If you look at your thread chart, there's no 7 on your thread chart. It doesn't exist. It's you're not gonna find it. What was really interesting was this dude. It's a screw thread checker, right? So one of the fascinating items on this thread checker is that it has an 840 on it. Interesting. Why would it have an 840 on it? Well, it's not really an 840. It's a 740. It's another dirty little secret. And it fits perfectly. So you could only imagine how damn frustrating that is when you've got a perfectly fitting nut here that was produced by a machine shop somewhere, and in fact you can't get the tooling to replicate this. How goddamn frustrating is that? That's extremely frustrating. It must exist, and yet you can't find it. So how is it that they did it? Well, they have their process, but you can imagine it's very frustrating being a little guy in this big machine world, trying to accomplish something like that to repair a tool that you want to support. It's clearly marked number 8, but it's not an 8. It's a 7. It's fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. We try number 6. Doesn't fit. Will not fit a number 6. And it's too sloppy to be an 8. And it's actually 3.8 millimeters. But the thread's not metric. When you put it up against a metric screw, it doesn't mesh. It is actually 40 threads per inch. So you've got two sources completely throwing you off the trail. I don't know what purpose they would have put a 740 in this tool for, but it's not an 8. And if you follow the marking, the 4 is supposed to be 48, 5, 44. The marking is actually under it. It should be, actually, it's a 640, or an 836 is actually what the marking would be. So I had some confusion with that too, because the marking isn't close enough to the threaded hole. So that really threw me off too. So here I am going off ordering 836 threading tools and taps, and I spent a good $150 on taps and dies and stuff for an 836, because I thought that it could be a 40 or a 36. I was totally confused because I don't know what the hell this thing is. And ultimately, it's a 740. So there you have it. This thing is wrong, which is fun. This is weird. This is completely weird. And the secret of the day is this is a 740. And you got to fight to find the tap. And if you're going to make a 740, make a go gauge first, and save yourself a lot of trouble, because while it's still on the lathe and engaged, you can check it with the go gauge, and if it threads on, you're good to go to your next operation. If it doesn't thread, then you have a few more passes. My last screw was probably 2,000 oversized, and so the go gauge wouldn't work. So maybe next time, on the next go around, I'll get a thumb screw going, hopefully one that's not all bent to hell like this one. And maybe I'll get in contact with Starrett and ask them what the part is, what the part number is, because they won't share the drawings for free. I don't understand what the problem is with that. You have to have a reason to attain a drawing from them. I'd like a little more transparency in case I need a tool or a part number, but that's their policy. That's how they run their company. That's their thing. Me, I would tend to be totally transparent. If you want to copy something of mine, go for it. I don't care. It won't be the same quality. And that's exactly what I'm going to do with the thumb screw if I actually achieve that goal. Is it will not have the same quality as a Starrett, unfortunately, but it'll work. But I would prefer to have a Starrett thumb screw than one that I made myself, because it's just not going to have the same quality. So hopefully they support the tool. I don't know if they do. We'll find out. As far as I understand, it's a discontinued item, and I think we've all had an experience with discontinued items, that people do not support discontinued items, and they'll tell you good luck. And I've searched eBay for these things, and I can't find them on eBay. So that's about it for now. Maybe we'll have better luck. I don't know. We'll see.